y'all, I come briefly just to talk about being trapped by tradition. I'm trying to jive and talk to y'all at the same time. I'm sorry. Being trapped by tradition. Sometimes we have, and all families have it. All families have traditions, things that they do habitually. Has been passed down to generation to generation. Oh, my grandma used to do it. Oh, my mom did it, so I do it. Those type of things, right? But sometimes we can be trapped by tradition. So I'm gonna use, for example, one time I was talking to, I don't even remember who I was talking to. I just remember the story because it stuck out to me. And he was saying, every time his mom would cook a roast, that she would cut the ends off, right, of the roast. And so as he got older, he noticed that she would always do this, and he asked her, like, why do you cut the ends off the roast, right? Because you wasting part of the roast, right? And she said, well, I don't know. You know, my mom always did it like this. She taught me how to cook a roast, so that's what I continue to do. And so he was even more intrigued because he needed to find out, like, because it wasn't logical to him, right? At this point, you're just wasting meat. And so he asked his grandmother, I was asking my mom, why does she cut the ends off the, roast or whatever? And she told me, you taught her how to do that. So I wanted to know, like, why do you all cut the ends off the roast? And so grandmother had the same response. I really don't know. I saw my mom do it. She taught me how to cook roast. So I just continued to do it or whatever, right? So even more intrigued, because this is two people that he has asked, and neither one of them know why they do it. They just do it because that's what they had been habitually seen, right? And they had grown into the habit of doing it. And so he then asked his great-grandmother, great-grandmother asked my grandma, asked my mama, why did they cut the ends off the roast? All of them have pointed back to, like, they don't know why they do it, right? Because they've seen, like, grandma saw you do it, my mama saw grandma do it, and that's why they do it. So great-grandma says, oh, well, I don't know why they do it, but I did it because the pot was too small and I didn't have money to buy another pot, so it was just cheaper for me to cut the ends of the roast off, right? She didn't do it because nothing was wrong with the roast. It wasn't that she was cutting fat off or anything. She did it because it needed to fit in the pot, and it couldn't fit in the pot as big as it was, so she just cut the ends off, right? So she had a reason for doing it. But the grandmother and the mom got caught in a tradition that didn't even make any damn sense, and they didn't even know why they were doing it. They was just doing it because they had seen it being done before, right? There are traditions that we have in our families that we uphold that don't make no goddamn sense. Some things we need to question, like, why are we doing this? This don't make no sense. Let me try something different, right? Because historically in my family, personally, nobody had a career. Everybody had jobs, right? There's some working people in my family, but everybody just worked in jobs, right? Hospitals, hotels, whatever it was. But nobody really had a career. Nobody really, went to college to do anything different or whatever. But I also saw the struggle associated with that, because when you have a job, even when you have a career, you ain't balling out of control, especially when you're working for somebody. But they had jobs traditionally, right? I just wanted something different in life, so I did something different. I've never been the one to do things because I thought my mama would be pleased with it. I'm happy when she likes my choices, but when she don't like them, it's okay, because it's my life to live, And I had to explain that to my daughter, because one time she was doing something and she was like, well, Mom, I'm just trying to make you happy. And I said, wait a minute. Because I don't want you to feel like you have that responsibility to make me happy in life, right? I say, I want you to do with your life what you want to do and what makes you happy, because you can't possibly make me happy. I have to make me happy. And at this point in my life, I know some things that make me happy, but I don't know everything that makes me happy. So I definitely wouldn't have you with the responsibility of trying to do everything to make me happy. Because at the end of this life, you're going to have some regrets if you always trying to live to somebody else's standards or what somebody else does. So sometimes we have to get out of the trap of tradition and stop doing things because it's what we do or what we've done or whatever, and do what makes sense, right? In order to get something different, you have to do something different sometimes you have to reevaluate those traditions and do something different. All right, y'all? So I want y'all to stop being trapped by tradition. Okay? All right, y'all have a good day. Bye-bye.